I think we are in a civil rights crisis. I think we are headed for trouble because some of these states are absolutely out of control. Thank God it's not coming from the federal government. Thank God we have the federal government to run to and say, hey, Justice Department, can you investigate this? So do you remember, I think it was on Monday when we played the audio of that cop in New Jersey opening up the gym in New Jersey, the Atilis Gym, and he said, you're all in violation, but have a nice day. And I said on the air, it feels like a do you believe in miracles moment, kind of that moment of the Olympics in the 1980s. Well, I got an update for you. That same cop, that same guy, came back to the gym 50 minutes later and started arresting people. After the cameras had gone, he comes back and starts arresting people. Now, I don't know what happened. I don't know if he got his head handed to him. I don't know. But, I mean, it shows at the best, it shows he believed in something, then got his head handed to him, and he folded on what he believes. I don't know what happened, but somebody who might is the owner of the Atilis Gym. His name is Iam Smith because he's got even more bad news. This gym has now officially been closed. Ian, welcome to the program. How are you?
I'm good, Glenn. How are you?
I'd be better if your story was better. First of all, let's start with the cop. Do you know anything about this cop, or how did he leave a hero and come back 50 minutes later and start arresting people?
We are very close knit with local law enforcement at our gym. Our gym is full of law enforcement, first responders, active
Sure.
and veteran military.
Sure.
So a lot of these guys, we know on a very personal level. I have never met that individual, although I guess now I know him.
Yeah.
He came, and that first sort of video clip where everybody was rejoicing and chanting USA, USA, USA was what I believe to be his true feelings. When he came back later, about 50 minutes later, it just so happened to be about 10 minutes before Governor Murphy's press conference. So that leads me to believe, along with a lot of the other stuff that we've been hearing, that this stuff is coming straight down from the top, that these guys are being put in a position where they have to choose between their jobs and their pensions and their livelihoods, or put
these guys got to. They've got to stand up. Police officers, please. The people will stand with you. We'll stand with you. You've got to stand up and risk your job. And I know that's a really big thing, but I'm telling you, the Justice Department will go all over this. If people start firing our cops like they did in Seattle for just speaking out or doing the right thing, it's going to work out well for you in the end, because I think that cop in Seattle, he could be a sheriff anywhere. People would elect him in any decent city. Not Seattle, but they would elect him sheriff. He'll get another job. It will pay tenfold if you just stand. Okay, so now you found out last night that the health department came out and put notices all over your door that you are not allowed to open up because of the health department. Tell me about that.
Correct. So yesterday, Governor Murphy, in his press conference, addressed the gym, and he said he mentioned something about continuing to pursue us legally, which I think he knows, although he won't publicly admit it, that he has no legal grounds to shut us down, that we are protected by the Constitution, and that no matter what he says in his executive orders or how many citations that he's handed us, which is 3 days for us now. So we're up to me and my partner up to, I think 7 each.
$7,000 each.
No, 7 tickets each.
7 tickets each. Okay.
Yeah. So I think Governor Murphy truly knows that he doesn't have a leg to stand on where that's concerned. So he's resorted, and he very, very publicly stated that he's going to get the health department involved. Coincidentally, about 2 hours later, our our sewage system was sabotaged by somebody stuffing an entire roll of commercial paper towels down into our toilets to the point where we did have to shut down the gym for the day because water was backflowing. So we are investigating how that happened, but we had 3 different plumbing crews come out last night that had to bring in some legit equipment, not just like a snake and a plunger, but we had these specialized trucks that had to come in and blast water into our pipes in order to clear it out. And they finally got that resolved, but they confirmed that was very clearly purposely done. That wasn't, oops, I flushed, one piece of paper down the toilet. It was quite deliberate. So we spent the night doing that. Frank and I left at about 9:00, and in the middle of the night, somebody was kind of passing the gym, and they saw that there were 4 squad cars here in the middle of the night, as well as some other unmarked vehicles posting some stuff on the wall. And we have some pictures of that that we actually just handed over to Fox 29 News, posting this stuff on the wall in the middle of the night. And it is basically an order of embargo, it says. And the health code violations, we looked them up, are extremely vague. There's nothing specific that we did to violate. And in addition to that, no health department official has ever stepped foot inside of our building as long as we've owned it. So the wording in it is very vague. It just, refers to, coronavirus spreading and stuff like that. But we're the only business in the entire strip mall that seems to be closed. So it's a little baffling. I don't understand how they can come in and shut us down without even inspecting our facilities. There's things on there that mention poor ventilation. If you would just step inside our facilities, we have an air scrubber inside. We have an HVAC system that works perfectly fine. The facility is ventilated. There's a ton of measures that we've taken. So it's flimsy at best, and we have our lawyers working on it, and we plan to open up tomorrow.
I have to tell you, Ian, I'm about to lose my mind, and I think America feels the same way. I talked to a woman yesterday. She's a salon owner. They said they were going to arrest her. This is in Oregon. They didn't arrest her. They have threatened to pull her business license. Yeah. And then they sent child protective services to her house. That's crazy. This is such an abuse of power.
That was going to happen to us as well. We have a 15-year-old at home, and it keeps her up at night. All of the potential blowback from this, because she stands behind me or at my side with all of this, but it's pretty scary when government organizations are weaponized against the public. The Department of Health is there to protect us, and for the most part, that's what they do as their job. But these governors are weaponizing these organizations that are meant to protect the public to enforce their will. And that's a pretty scary thing, and then same thing with child protective services. That organization is there to protect children, but it's being used in the case of the Salon Owner in Oregon as a weapon against her. And that's pretty alarming. That's very scary.
Ian, stay in touch with us. Let us know what's happening. Don't let a day go by. If they're upping it, if they're using another weapon, make sure you reach out to us, okay?
Absolutely. I'll keep you guys in touch.
And what is the GoFundMe page if people want to help you with your legal bills?
So the GoFundMe was set up by one of our members, and that is a defense fund not only for us as owners, but we have a bunch of members/volunteers who have been helping us stay open during this time, as well as all of our members, because some of them have been arrested and charged. We have set up that legal funds, and our lawyers have agreed to represent everybody. So that's going to pay for the costs of the lawyers, as well as any fines or punishment incurred by any member or patron of the facility or any volunteer as well. And that's available on our social media. There's a link on, our Instagram, which is Atilis Gym Bellmawr. We're gonna keep pushing forward. We're definitely not going to back down, and we are very thankful that our members stand behind us as well, and we're going to stand with them.
Good for you. Thank you very much. The AtilisGym.com. You can find them also and help them with their GoFundMe page. You bet.